Hi, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And it's Wednesday, so it's Let's Talk Astrology. So I have John with me from Salia Tarot. And
Hi.
yeah, hi, John. And as always, he is going to share the information and help you get as much as you can out of I was going to say tarot. Yeah, tarot. Out of Taurus, all things Taurus, and had some very good responses to the one that we did for Aries. So I'm looking forward to a whole bunch of wonderful things for Taurus and the upcoming videos. So just to kind of bring you up to date, I will tell you that I have had some issues with the computer, and it's kind of, sometimes it lags and whatever. If that happens, and if it becomes bothersome, and if it becomes a pain, then what we'll do is we'll cut the video short and we'll reschedule to same time tomorrow, and then we'll just redo it tomorrow. So that way, there's nothing more frustrating than sitting looking at a screen as it's buffering, right? Okay, so that's that. What's coming up on Sunday, October 16th? We are doing Linda G part 2. So, little glitches, life comes up. Anyway, there was, she wasn't able to join me on Monday, but we're doing it again Sunday, and it'll be 10 o'clock Pacific time, 11 o'clock Mountain time. So come and join us, and I'm sure that we'll have loads and loads of fun. Hey, Teresa, thanks for being here. On November 5th at 2 p.m., I'm going to be on Sherry H. Voices from the Swamp channel. And on November 12th, Sherry is going to be on my channel. So all that information is in the description below of the video. If you just click on it, you're going to find it's like a small little novel that's in there, honestly. So we've got that. We've got the schedule for the upcoming astrology readings that we'll be doing, and we've got the contest information. How you enter, what's involved, that sort of thing. So just again, quickly with the contest is on November 2nd, I believe it is, just before we do the Leo reading. We're going to have a draw, and the winner is going to get a free personalized astrological reading from John and a 30-minute personalized tarot reading from me. And then we're going to do it again before we do the video for Sagittarius, I believe. And same thing, same prize. So how do you enter? It's very easy. After this video is over, okay, go down into the comments section of the video and just leave a comment. Whatever you like, just leave a comment. And that's how you're going to enter. And you can enter as often as you like. You can only win once, but you can enter as often as you like. So there's that. What else? I think, you know what? That is kind of it for announcements and things that are happening and things that are going on. So, okay. I'm all ready, John. Are you all ready to take over?
Absolutely.
Yay! Okay, my job here is done. I'm going to sit back. You talk.
Okay. Okay, so today we're going to explore all about Taurus over here. So basically, remember about Aries. After expending copious amounts of energy in fiery Aries by taking on challenges left and right, now we meet the sign of Taurus, who is dead set on the idea of slowing down to a halt and focus on what is available in its environment to make itself at home. The bull needs to harness the explosive birth energy encountered in Aries and put it into good use. The need for survival and self expression of the previous sign is transformed into a new craving for attachment with with the material world. So here, the individual learns to distinguish between what belongs to him or her and what is not, so that it can appreciate and form a bond with its possessions.
No.
This Oh, there's some kind
Go
of
ahead.
echo.
Sorry. Yeah, there's. It's multitasking. Okay,
Okay.
carry on. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Go
It's
ahead.
okay. So this can be illustrated in psychology with a certain psychologist named Piaget, which
Mm,
invented stages of cognitive development, and the particular stages that will be focused on for Taurus is the baby's birth until 2 years of age. This is called the sensory motor age. The infant learns about the world and its body through its five senses and mechanical limb movements. During
okay.
that period, the brain develops dramatically to provide incentive to learn core skills such as reflexes, repeated actions such as thumb sucking, throwing objects, etc., and identifying objects through their qualities soft, rough, sharp, etc. Most of all, the psychological ability of object permanence is at the forefront of Taurus's experience. The object permanence is meaning as the toddler is reaching the end of the sensory motor stage of development and learns that objects no longer disappear when they're out of sight. So
Right.
there is this object permanence that
Yeah.
is uh, slowly developing here.
Yeah.
This is
So they
also,
know when you're the old game that you play with babies, right? The
yeah,
peekaboo,
exactly.
right?
Yep,
So
peekaboo.
they
Yeah,
recognize that, yeah, when you say peekaboo, you didn't disappear. You're still
exactly.
there.
You got it. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
This is also at this stage when infants learn that they are not the center of the universe and that the world has its own rules and unpredictable behavior. And finally, it is generally agreed at this stage that this stage requires to set routines, boundaries, and time to adjust for the child to get rid of its separation anxiety that develop upon learning object permanence. Like when the mother is going away from
Hmm.
sight, then this anxiety builds up because who's going to take care of me?
Right.
That's basically it. So the whole stage of sensory motor stage here is basically when the baby is at the Taurus stage of development, learning about the environment, what he can and cannot
Mhm.
influence, or
Right.
so he can learn about his own body and his or her own um, area of effect.
Right.
So this is also the zodiac here. This is the area that is represented by Taurus. Before it was Aries, and now we're at the middle of spring here in the northern
Hmm.
hemisphere. So That's pretty much it for that slide. Yeah, this slide is kind of quickly dealt with. Symbolically, Taurus can be represented. This is my favorite part. I don't know why. It's like magical.
Mhm.
Symbolically, Taurus can be
Yeah.
represented by dark, rich, nutrient soil of spring bursting with life for livestock to graze on. The earth is ready to be cultivated with care and hold on so much moisture that a fistful of it feels almost clay-like to the touch.
Mhm.
Flowers of all kinds thrive under the idyllic scenery as their sweet scent and colorful palette permeates the vicinity. Harsh sounds are absent from this picturesque venue, with only the melodious buzzing of insects and gentle breeze glides on the
Yeah.
pasture. So it's very different from the very explosive and impulsive scenery that I've described in Aries. Here
Mhm.
it's all
Yeah.
about peace and quiet.
Yeah.
So, one of the key words associated with Taurus is peace and silence.
Mhm.
So, Taurus is primarily ruled by Venus. Here it is. And
Yeah.
secondarily by the moon, which is a complete opposite field to Aries, Mars, and Sun rulership.
Yeah.
Those are completely the opposite. Adding the fact that Taurus is a fixed earth sign and Aries is a cardinal fire sign
Yeah.
further accentuates the divide. The sign of the bull can be indeed described as the most feminine sign of all the zodiac, because
Mm.
we've got first Aries, who's been ruled by Mars, the sun, and being the fire cardinal sign, being the most masculine and the most energy um, deploying in a way.
Yeah.
Everything is an explosion in Aries. And here it's completely the opposite. Everything takes time to develop, everything is slowed down, and everything is all about the sensory, the
Mhm.
sensuality. So, interestingly, the fact that the animal depicted here is a bull rather than a cow implies a more complex reality than if it were the
Mhm.
reverse. We will discuss that later in the podcast, but the glyph of Taurus here is a very easy one to explain here. Could be like simply the face of a bull,
Mhm.
or some people can identify a simplified sun symbol because they're missing a dot over here
Yeah.
and supporting a moon crescent on top,
Yeah.
symbolizing the ties with the moon rulership.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Taurus is the sensualist and peace seeker of the zodiac. Like I've mentioned previously, this sign is all about identifying what is comfortable and pleasurable in its environment so it can be part of its core self. People born under lots of Taurus influence has this strong need for attaching their security and values onto something concrete and immutable. That is
Mm.
why this sign can lead to maintaining old habits and ritual because that's what's it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And especially because it's ruled by the moon also speaks about habits. So it's kind of like natural association here.
Yep.
However, that peaceful nature hides a very strong willed character that
Mhm.
can use its brute strength into good use. Think about the olden times when the primary force of traction before technology overtook manual labor in the countryside. Bulls and steers were
Yeah.
used to pull huge wooden plows to create furrows in which seeds were planted to grow grain and other edible plants. With this analogy, you can see how the sign of Taurus can be associated with long term labor and continuous efforts through work. Consequently, this sign can truly be able to pull off long hours of dedicated work without feeling bored or overwhelmed by it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the complete opposite of Aries, who can push through
Yes.
for a while and then
Yeah.
collapse quite quickly,
Yeah.
fizzle out.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And
this
others,
is Taurus then is like the long distance runner in a race, where Aries is the sprinter, the 50-yard dash.
exactly. I love that analogy. I love it.
There, every once in a while, I come up with a good one. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Another,
Sorry, I interrupted.
it's okay. Another side of Taurus is the ability to appreciate and enjoy the arts, especially through the five senses. Lots of people born under that sign can use this artistic sensitivity to manifest through music, painting,
Mm,
dance, drawing, sculpting, etc., but also fashion, perfume making, and gastronomy. While expressing itself as a part of while expressing itself is a part of doing art, the main reason for Taurus to invest time and resources into art is simply for enjoyment and relaxation purposes. As an earth sign, interacting with material is highly stimulating and gratifying as it can be as it can provide intense satisfaction of constructing a beauty ideal. Since Taurus rules over the vocal cords, it is not uncommon to see them becoming singers of all sorts. Additionally, due to its natural stamina and association with food and agriculture, people with plenty of planets in Taurus can find their callings as farmers, restaurant owners, chefs, produce retailers, etc.
mhm,
And finally, working in finance is also a natural path for Taurus, since its primary ruler Venus rules over money.
yeah, go ahead. Hi, everyone that's coming in. Thanks for being here. Appreciate knowing you're here. Okay. Sorry, I just had to say hi.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. So, the main life lesson for Taurus to learn is to cultivate healthy values by establishing good relations with the concrete world. It
Mm,
is easy for this sign to attach itself obsessively to habits, objects, relationships, and locations to the point of being possessive and inflexible.
mhm,
This sign can become stuck in a routine or with a partner that can end up taking a sizable control of their life. Because of this, they can develop separation anxiety or become overly worked up with change in their environment.
mhm,
Also, the fact that it is a fixed earth sign makes Taurus the most fixed and unwilling to accept external changes and therefore makes them extremely opinionated.
mhm. I
Furthermore,
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say I know some Taurians. Yeah.
yeah. Furthermore, Taurus can become greedy in the event that they perceive something that others have that they should own themselves. Should
Mhm,
the passion not be controlled, they can let their envy and possessiveness get the best of them and hurt the very thing they cherish in their lives. This vindictive attitude is effectively the dark side of Taurus, who can withhold strong negative emotions until they become too much to handle. Taurus is
mhm.
notorious for being really, I would say, um, still waters runs deep.
Yes.
They are really low in the way that they can take on so much negative comment, negative feedback, anything that they can perceive or that can be objectively negative, and holding in so much that they can become toxic, become without no without being um what was that word I would say, um without being conscious about it. They can therefore become
Oh,
toxic
okay.
themselves because they
Okay.
need some kind of outlet to vent out all that negativity.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Furthermore, while Taurus is ruled by Venus and is mostly placid in nature, it can turn sour once this sign reaches its breaking point, at which it will escalate into an uncontrollable fury. This is the most dangerous hidden side of Taurus that can shock
Hmm.
people who only knew that person as agreeable and mellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and therefore Taurus can be, once they're pushed to their breaking point, it's extremely hard to settle them
Yeah.
down. It's like completely unleashed, yeah,
Hmm.
anger.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that makes sense. Not only for that, but I mean, and any sign, right? You can, we all have our little buttons
Yeah,
and whatnot,
definitely.
right? So,
Yeah,
um, yeah,
but
that's
I would say that if I take, for example, Aries, Aries will be much more quick to deploy ag- assertive behavior or
hmm
aggression in the event that
yeah,
they feel that they've been wronged or something like that.
yeah,
They will be very much quickly into driven into like retaliation, whereas
yeah,
Taurus is more, it's more seeping things through
yeah,
and keeping everything inside for a while.
yeah,
And this while can take a very long time to truly be visible for
yeah.
others.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So, yeah, where Aries will explode, they also forgive just as quickly as they explode.
yes,
Where Taurus is going to, yeah, it's going to take them a while to put their foot down, but when they do, there's probably no coming back from that.
yes.
You're going to have to work very hard. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because there's this kind of imprint, memory imprint inside Taurus that doesn't go away. Once they've
Hmm.
identified you as a threat or as some kind of person that is nasty for them, it's like there's almost no coming back. You're kind of
Yeah.
labeled as is,
Yeah.
as is.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, really, because in a way they've been hurting inside, and their only way of protecting themselves, like instinctively, is to become overly protective of their
Yeah.
own little space and reject anything that seems different or, yeah, negative.
Yes. Yeah. Self preservation, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would
Absolutely.
say that this sign, along with Cancer, is those are the two most self-preserved oriented signs,
Hmm.
definitely, and all because of this moon rulership.
Yeah.
The moon is all about the memory and the sensitivity that we keep, that we make some kind of memory of.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so the key here is to look further into why this sign needs to be so possessive and hold on to its belongings in an unreasonable way by using the qualities of the opposite sign. So, Scorpio here,
Mm-hmm.
People with strong placements in Taurus may understand the roots of their anxiety and heal from past traumas. Since Scorpio deals with regeneration and psychological healing, this may be a good way to open themselves to painful memories in non-threatening ways and find a
Mm-hmm.
unique solution to cope peacefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, because definitely here with Taurus, core memories, especially from childhood,
Mm-hmm.
can be really hard to sever, especially when they are toxic,
Yeah.
painful, and they can really make a strong impression in their day-to-day lives. Of
Yeah.
course, it is quite true for pretty much everyone here, but for Taurus, um, the sense and values implemented and learned in childhood is
Mm-hmm.
determinant in everything they will perceive in life.
Yeah. Yeah. Mind you,
So, yep.
they're
Sorry.
also, I think that Taurus is also one of those signs that is, when well balanced, is willing to explore the shadow part of the self. They're
Yes.
they're not opposed to doing that. They will take a look at it. They will learn
Yes.
from it. You know how some are just like, they ignore it.
Uh huh.
Yeah, they're willing to look at it.
Yeah, like Taurus is really interesting because in the way they move, for as for everything, really, if
Hmm.
they feel that they can look and gain something from learning from like their inner psyche and inner
Yeah.
problems, it'll take time. But once they're
Mm,
settled, once their gears are like well oiled up and they're ready to move
yeah.
on with that, they can really push towards healing and towards feeling empowered and looking at what is to face their own truth, their own painful psychological problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Whereas like Aries can be a little bit more inconsistent because
Yeah.
they're so impatient and want results like right now
Yeah.
that it can be detrimental for them in the
Yeah.
long run.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, hi, Sherry. Yeah. Can't stay.
So,
Oh, Sherry says she can't
yep.
stay long, but she wanted to pop in for a few minutes. Well, thank you, Sherry,
Oh,
for
thanks.
popping in. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's okay. So, in relationships, Taurus is typically slow to commit, but intensely loving and sensual once they've made their minds. Like mentioned previously, they can become possessive and clingy to the point of accepting a toxic relationship or controlling the partner's life in fear of betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
There is also a need for physical affection with Taurus, and while it doesn't need to be exclusively sexual, sensuality is primordial in maintaining a healthy partnership with
Mm-hmm.
Taurus. Definitely. Taurus
Yeah.
is all about the physical contact. Everything must be perceived through the five senses. So, yes, you can say, I love you, and it's okay for them, but physical demonstration is expected
Yeah.
in order to feel that true bond.
Yeah.
So, any planets. Oh, that was my. I was missing a little.
Oh, look at that. Look how cute that is.
Yeah, when I saw that, I just like couldn't
Aw.
resist
Yeah.
adding it up.
No, not at all. It's adorable.
Yeah, definitely. And it really shows the peaceful nature of this sign.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they feel at ease and peaceful in their environment, they can let go of their defenses and truly be at peace. This is their ultimate goal, in a way, is
Yeah.
to embody this sense of silence and peace,
Mm-hmm.
and to let others know that they can do that too.
Yeah.
Life is not always bustle and hustle and like
Yeah.
this kind of uh yeah, this kind of very speedy culture of excellence. So we
Exactly.
can always enjoy being this kind of just contemplative energy.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
And this can be as productive as someone who can, like, being always on the go in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. Teresa says there's nothing cuter than a calf.
Oh,
That yeah, yeah, there is. Look at those eyelashes.
yeah,
Yeah,
so cute. Want to
yeah.
stroke that
Just-
beautiful fur.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
hmm.
Oh, and speaking of beautiful animals, yeah, here comes my doggo and my
Oh,
son, who is not an animal. Yeah, I'm sure Clarity had a lot of fun at the park. She always does.
mm,
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
it's
go,
okay.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, those were kind of associations here that we can
Mm,
see for each. Uh, well, yeah, it's self-explanatory here.
yeah.
So the colors for Taurus are kind of really mild and really like
Yeah.
I've written here, pastels. There's nothing
Yeah.
too shocking with Taurus. The gems are also reflecting of the colors.
Yeah.
Nothing extremely garish or too strong, harsh.
Yeah.
The metal is copper, as it is ruled by Venus. The body parts is everything around the neck area,
Mm-hmm.
everything pertaining to either the glands, like the glandular system, the higher vertebrae,
Yeah.
everything here. So, of course, if I go down here, the elements will be uh, will be derived from those body parts.
Yeah.
So, like I see, and everything relating to weight problems also, because Taurus is an oral sign. Everything comes with the mouth, and
Yeah.
whenever they feel stressed out or they feel anxiety, they tend to pleasure the mouth in a way. They tend to like
Mm-hmm.
eat or like
Yeah.
drink or something like that. So it can be really easy for tourists to gain weight or to
Mm-hmm.
overly restrict themselves in that area also.
Yeah. Yeah.
As for animals, well, pretty much any
Of course.
cattle
Yeah.
and livestock animals. The occupations, like I've said before, so everything related to money, um, the agriculture,
Mm-hmm.
beauty, especially when it's tangible, like jewelry or leather work
Mm-hmm.
is really
Yeah.
hands-on. Music also, sculpture, really, really getting into the raw
Yeah.
kind of material here.
Yeah.
We're gonna whenever in a couple weeks when we go into Libra, who's also a sign ruled by Venus, we're gonna take another side of this kind of planet here, Venus.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be more of an aerial sign in a way.
Yeah.
It's less tangible.
Yeah.
So the plants is mainly about like cereals, anything that is nourishing for the
Yeah.
body, and flowers over there.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, so I've added that one, that slide up from the previous
Mm-hmm.
podcast, because I was thinking that it's fun and dandy to explain like the main placements, planetary placements in
Mm-hmm.
Aries or Taurus, but I think we need a visual for that at least, at the
Mm-hmm.
very least. So
Yeah.
I've added this one up. So any planets that falls into Taurus will have a need to be anchored into something stable and
Mm-hmm.
comfortable. This and can
Okay.
also make the planet a bit slower to express itself than most signs, but the result would usually be quite intense, given give or take a certain amount of time. Failing to express planets in a healthy way in Taurus may result in lethargy, speech
Mm-hmm.
and or food issues, and financial problems.
Okay.
So as you can see, people with the sun in Taurus need to embody stability in life in order to
Yeah.
shine. The sun is all about shining. It's our own individual way to become this hero in our own adventure of
Yeah.
life. So the goal here is to become a provider. The identity is tied to personal values. So that's why Sun in Taurus people needs to cultivate good values.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very important, because if not, they will feel dependent on futility in a way.
Yeah.
And the sun, the vital energy will become tainted and like a little bit listless in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the moon
Right.
here, the moon in Taurus is all about security. This is a very security, self-preserving person that has this
Mm-hmm.
placement. So money can be source of emotional security. So they can be prone to like really have this kind of let's save up for the bad days and
Mm-hmm.
having a stock or something,
Yeah.
this kind of couponing maybe, or I can picture
Mm-hmm.
like multiple variation of that placement. um Usually the moon also speaks about our reactivity to life. So
Mm-hmm.
with Taurus it's quite a slow reactivity,
Yeah.
whereas the moon in Aries was really quick and snappy. The moon in Taurus is really slow but almost like enduring in a way.
Yeah.
The moon also speaks about our habits. So, moon in Taurus is very, very hard to change habit wise. They can really develop strong attachments to
Mm-hmm.
doing things their own way,
Uh,
and can be really stubborn in the way they make things. They do their habits because it's so
mm-hmm.
comforting for them.
Yeah.
And there's also a strong physical sensitivity and receptivity here. Yeah, definitely. Because the moon is all about being comfortable or sensitive nature. So the moon in Taurus people really need that strong um, feeling of security, and they can express it by being really tender with people.
Mm-hmm.
Their inner
Yeah.
sensitivity can really be like this tender side.
Yeah.
Mercury in Taurus is interesting because usually Mercury deals about how we process information, how we
Mm-hmm.
understand, and also communicate with others. So
Mm-hmm.
Taurus is kind of on the slow side, so they can be slow to learn new things, especially if it makes no sense to them. If
Mm-hmm.
it's too theoretical, or if it's too like up in the air, it's like quite bother. It's
Yeah.
no use to me. It has to be concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, practical mind. They learn better with concrete example or hands-on. They're really like the practitioner, like with
Mm-hmm.
objects, physical objects. They can be really great at doing things, learning things with physical tools.
Mm-hmm.
And also, there's curiosity in art, food, nature, and the material world in general. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
also, Mercury deals with, since it deals with communication, they can have this really soft spoken or deep voice in a way that is really pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
Venus in Taurus. So, Venus is the natural ruler of Taurus. So, whenever Venus is in Taurus, its energy, the planetary energy, will be amplified. So, in someone's birth chart, this will be a strong placement to look for. So, the
Mm-hmm.
aspects, the house, it's in everything will be magnified here.
Yeah.
So here we can especially see everything going into it's like a double whammy here. They're really slow to
Mm-hmm.
commit, like we've said before, but intensely loving and possessive. They're sensual,
Yeah.
charming demeanor, but also they can enjoy spending lots of money because they like they like pleasure and they like treating themselves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. This position here, this placement, Venus with Taurus, they especially love like nice things.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really. I've seen lots of people with this placement, especially loving like buying things that are, I don't know, like textured,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
clothes or something,
Yeah.
anything related to leather, could be fur, could be anything that that looks and feels. So Venus and Taurus
Yeah.
also can really have a really good knack for quality instead of
Yes.
quantity.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
finally, Mars and Taurus. Again, Mars deals with activity, aggression. How do we assert ourselves? So Mars and Taurus can be slow to start a project, but um, opposite to Mars and Aries, usually finish them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mars and Mars and Aries is like I would say a firework. It's all glitz and
Yeah.
glamour, and then it fades out really quickly. So they
Yeah.
can. This is a really great quality to have with Mars and Taurus. So they can be really productive, enduring. They have this kind of really like the bull in a field mentality. I need to
Mm-hmm.
finish it, to endure it in a way.
Yeah.
Um, but their action are truly be meant to be lucrative in their mind. I need to get something out of this. If
Yeah.
it's for nothing, why would I do that? It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's all for nothing for them.
Yeah.
And they have usually strong sexuality. They need to have that good old
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, that they have that drive,
Yeah.
especially. Whereas Mars and Aries, I would say it's more about like conquering and moving on quickly. Mars and
Yeah.
Taurus can be really, it's really more about um, having this partnership, um,
Yeah.
but with really strong benefits with it.
Yeah. Yeah. The long game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Excellent.
that rounds up my main planetary placements in Taurus. Oh, I got some exemplar here. So
Very
examples of
good.
celebrity with dominant Taurus in their chart. This is Tanya Wright. So this is the most extreme example for having the most planetary placement in one sign that I've ever seen before. She's
Hello.
yeah, definitely. I don't remember the amount. Oh, I've written it down here. 14 points out of 20
Yeah.
in Taurus. This is like
Wow.
intense.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, she's like a really successful singer. And yeah, that really sums up Taurus in a way.
Yeah.
Really productive singer.
Yeah.
Then we got again George Lucas from our
Mm,
fixed
yes.
podcast, or so our modalities
Yeah.
podcast. So again, he's quite a good Taurus. Taurus with
Hmm.
Taurus rising, Venus and Taurus. So as you can see, there's a really strong um, while while there's a strong need to be concrete with it's interesting whenever Taurus is creates some kind of I would say imaginary world or
Hmm.
franchise. Well, like I said, it's like it can be really profitable. Like they can really make something out of
Yep.
it to be like really successful. Taurus are good to implement something and make it happen in a way in
Hmm.
reality, so
Yeah.
that it's really commendable.
Absolutely.
Catherine Hepburn,
Mm.
another one. So this one is all about. You can see that, like if I go to this, the
Yeah.
planetary placement is mostly down over there. It's
Yeah.
that's going to be another lecture, but
Yeah.
really, if we continue that, that'll be probably in 2024 or something, mid 2024.
Yeah.
But yeah, you
All right.
can see that
Yeah.
the placements are really centered at the bottom of the
Yeah.
chart, in the at the majority. And
Yeah.
here is it's mostly in the I would say, yeah, because yeah, in the right side of the
Yeah.
chart.
Yeah.
So
More like
yeah,
in the top hemisphere, the one
yeah,
side.
also top hemisphere.
Hmm. Okay. Hmm.
So as you can see, her chart is quite, I would say, a little bit more dramatic because there's a lot of
Yeah.
difficult aspects. Those the red, I can like blabber on that too. Um, the red aspects that you can see are a little bit more strenuous than the blue ones. So whenever you see a lot of red in a chart, uh, there'll be a more of a struggle to assess and express your identity, but there will be more
Hmm.
action coming through it.
Yeah.
Then there's Donatella Versace,
Hmm.
so a double Taurus again, a little less than the previous example, but still. And it's this one
Yeah.
is really all about the bottom here.
Hmm. Yeah.
But as you can see again, Donatella Versace is fashion is a
Yeah.
really great outlet for Taurus. I've seen a lot of people with strong Taurus placements that enjoy looking well, feeling well in their
Hmm.
clothes.
Yes.
And it can be also true for Libra. That's the other sign ruled by Venus. But Taurus will have this kind of sensual attitude coming from it that is different from
Hmm.
Libra.
Yeah. I think Taurus.
Nope. Oh no. I hope the connection isn't truly cut. Oh,
Is,
that. Oh, can you hear me?
yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're. Oh, okay. You're still okay.
Okay.
Now I can see you moving now.
Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Well, we're almost done. Hopefully,
Yeah,
yeah.
hopefully. Only
So
10 minutes remaining.
yeah, be patient. Be patient.
Yay.
Yeah,
So,
don't go anywhere. And sorry, and I forgot to mention before. Don't forget, subscribe, like, and share. It means a lot.
Yeah.
And you have to subscribe. Well, you don't have to, but it would be really nice if you subscribe to my channel and to John's channel as well. And all you have to do is go down in the description, and there's a link in there. You just have to click on the link and then hit the subscribe button, and that's it. That's it. Painless, quick, and easy. Okay. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, you were about to say something about Taurus and Libra.
Yes. Yeah. I think with Taurus, it's more a matter of quality, whereas Libra is more about quantity. So, um, Taurus can be happy with having, um, let's say, two or three pieces of clothing that are exceptionally well made, and that are timeless. Libra wants to have uh, 1,000, like one in every color.
Oh,
So I think that, yeah, that.
that's an interesting take on it because I've never thought of this before.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. There you go. Feel free to use it.
Copyrighted.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I can honestly say I speak from experience because, of course, I'm a Libra.
Yeah.
My sister is a Taurus, and yeah, what she has in terms of clothing is quality stuff, right?
Mm,
She will invest in having quality items that, whether you wear them today or you wore them 20 years ago, still looks fabulous. Whereas with me, it's like, well, yeah, it's pretty. Does it come in any other color?
yeah.
So yeah, I totally get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see your analogy because I remember multiple Taurus, and not only Tauruses, but people having multiple placements in Taurus, especially
Mm-hmm.
Venus, and they had this kind of keen eye for
Mm-hmm.
either it doesn't have to be just clothes. It can be anything
Yeah.
that they've purchased and they
Yeah.
want to keep it in mint quality,
Yeah.
and they want to keep it as it's almost like an extension of themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. And generally always in good taste.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, they
I don't think you'll ever see anything gaudy in a Torian household, right? There's yeah.
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 So my other two examples are Gigi Hadid,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful woman. And
Yep.
again, yeah, especially I've seen Taurus people, some of them have really sensual looks. Even if they're not
Mm-hmm.
like smoking hot or something,
Yeah.
they know how to accentuate their
Yep.
natural qualities so they can look a certain kind of timeless
Yep.
nature, timeless beauty in a way.
Yep. And I just noticed Teresa left left a comment after I was the
Oh,
buffering and all that, and she said, "Yeah, it happens. Still a great show. Thank you, Teresa. Thank
thanks.
you. Yeah, very much appreciated." Okay.
Hmm. And my last example is Billy Crystal.
Mm, yeah, he's yeah.
Yeah, even though he's not a actual Taurus, he's got still a qualidad in Taurus.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, let me go back to, let's say, this one. This one is cute.
Hmm, yeah. Yeah,
We're
totally.
gonna finish the podcast with a nice picture.
There you go. That works. That absolutely works. No, nothing nicer than baby animals. And you know what?
Yeah,
I I don't know about you, but I tend to distrust anyone who doesn't like animals,
that's
or
true.
yeah, or you know, if animals don't like you, chances are I'm not going to like you either. you know?
Yeah, yeah, I can understand. Yeah.
Yeah, and totally, because they're yeah, little angels,
Oh
and
yeah,
yeah, they just are,
yeah,
you know. Yeah, they just are, and yeah, they're wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
is there any
Ah,
questions in the comments?
no, actually, there
No.
wasn't. No, no, but I think you know what? I think people enjoy learning,
Yeah,
right?
of
Yeah,
course.
it's just you get the information and so on, and I think yeah, Teresa had said earlier when we were talking. Oh, and I can't remember now what we were talking about. Um, but she said, "Yeah, this fits my sister. She
Mm.
remembers everything." Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and they do, they do very very good memory. If you're, yeah, if you were at a
Yep.
party and 5 years later you wanted to know who was there, ask a Taurus.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll tell you who was there, where they were sitting, what they were eating, if they had a drink in their hand. Yeah, they just
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. This is the most physical sign of all the zodiac
Mhm.
wheel.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yep.
Well, perfect. Well, once again, thank you, John, because this was just um, very, very informative, right? I'm sure that, I find people tend to, they may not come in a live video, but they will watch it later, right?
Yeah.
So, hopefully we'll get some comments and once again, don't forget if you want to enter to win a free um, specific astrological um, reading from John
Hmm.
and a 30-minute free tarot reading from me. All you need to do is after the video is posted is go in the comment section, leave a comments, and we will be making our first draw is going to be on I always November 2nd. That day just sticks with me. And yeah, I don't know why, but it just does, which is I suppose it's a good thing that it does. And of course I can't put my finger on it now because, well, why would I? I think hmm, okay, okay. Yes, November 2nd is just before we do the Leo video. That's when we'll do the draw.
Hmm.
And the second one is going to be done on November 30th, just before the Sagittarius
Ooh.
video. And the last one, the third one, is going to be somewhere around December 28th. And it's going to be a sort of a video on its own because by that point we will have covered all the 12 signs. So, anyway, tune in. And yeah, and Teresa says, yeah, we both have Taurus sisters. Yes, and I don't
Oh,
know about you, Teresa, but I'm very lucky for the one that I have. She's just Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so I think that does it until now next week. And next week, hold on while I consult this because, of course, I don't have everything in memory. Oh, next week we're doing Gemini.
Yeah.
Gemini. Love me the Geminis. They are just, yeah, really enjoy the Geminis. So I'm sure that we'll have a few that are going to pop in because I'm sure they're going to be curious.
Yeah.
So anyway, as I said, yeah, for details on the sign readings when John is going to be doing a deep dive into each sign is in the description below, and all the contest details. Uh, oh, okay. I got to share this with you, John. Hold on. I'm going to
Okay.
show, and hopefully, yeah, yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
know what? It gives you something to talk about at the dinner table at Christmas time, right? So
Uh,
there you go. That's a good note to end on. Look at that. Something funny and something cute and adorable.
yep.
So there. Okay. Alrighty. Well, folks, we will see you next week on Wednesday when we go into all things Gemini. And until then, have a great week. Take care of yourselves. Be good. And yeah. And thank you, John, for once again teaching me something new.
Thank you for letting me have this platform.
Anytime. Anytime. All right, folks. Take care. Thanks for being here. And we will see you later. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.